thoughts on this topic. Before you came on, Karen Felicia Nance and I were discussing the fact that this case is inspiring to some people. Some say that it will prevent people from bringing sexual abuse claims. Others said no, it'll show that men can be abused, and many victims who have been abused said no, it'll just make real people bring claims. But something else happened recently. Kyle Rittenhouse, remember him? He had the not guilty for the death of one of the persons that was demonstrating a while back, one of our big cases here at the Law and Crime Network last year. Well, he said this case has inspired him, and he may start suing people, maybe media outlets, for defamation for how they treated him before he had the not guilty verdict. What are your thoughts?
It's interesting because when people talk about setback and this setting us back, I don't think they had Kyle Rittenhouse in mind. They were really more focused on victims of domestic violence, and I'm hoping that this will not be a setback for people or victims who are telling the truth, who are truly victimized. But again, I mean, he's definitely not the person that would have come to mind, and I'm sure he's not a Johnny Depp, so he's not going to be in the same position as Johnny Depp and or have the same kind of team and the media and other individuals who may have commented. They would have commented on what they had heard. They wouldn't have had direct access to any of the information themselves. So I would think that it would be really difficult for them to show that there was any type of malice involved here.
Well, Karen Felicia Nance, one of the things, though, is that it is causing people to take a look at their social media accounts and say, hey, just not, come down with the, I believe this, I believe that, you're a killer, you're not a killer, you're a sexual assaulter, you're not a sexual assaulter. To say, let's step back, take a look, let's say everyone has credibility, but then let's investigate, isn't it?
Right, and I think the major difference is we're talking about a criminal case with Kyle Rittenhouse, and we're talking about a civil case. And I understand that Kyle Rittenhouse's position is, I'm going forward because the lies, and I'm going to use this defamation platform to move forward. But the thing is that a prosecuting office in his town where the incident happened, Wisconsin, made a legal determination that they had enough evidence to move forward. And that was found legitimate by the judge in terms of moving forward with the trial. So I think that he's going to have a much more difficult time moving forward with this claim that he was falsely accused of these things, because we have the prosecution that went forward in the case. So I think that it's a totally different case, and he has every right to move forward with it's America, and he can file as many lawsuits. I believe the statement is he's going to file 10 to 15 with Facebook being at the top of that list. So we'll see how that plays out. But he has a right to go forward.
Yeah. But Larry Uretzian, after that trial ended, or even during the trial, actually, I was like, I think I may have this wrong in my prejudgments as to whether or not this was a criminal act, because what we were reading about was not what we heard in the courtroom. And I think we were all appalled at how the prosecutor in that case presented the case. In this case, we were more surprised by how the defendant herself presented herself on the stand. What's the difference?
In this case, the defendant, Amber Heard, was not a very credible witness. She didn't come across as credible. And on the other hand, Kyle Rittenhouse obviously came across as very credible, and you had a jury believe his version of the facts, something that the jury did not believe in the Depp versus Heard case.
Yeah. And Karen Felicia Nance, if you, though, were to give one piece of advice to each the Johnny Depp teams and the Amber Heard teams, because Amber Heard teams have been on media, Elaine Brenderhoff was on a lot of the mainstream media, the morning media here this week, what would you say?
I would ask Johnny to defer to his PR people at this point and do what's best for his career moving forward. And I think is to give grace and mercy to Amber and move forward. And for Amber, I would ask that she advise not to make any additional statements about Johnny Depp or her platform as the spokesperson for domestic violence. I think that doesn't ring true.
Yeah. And in fact, that may be what will hurt domestic violence cases more. Larry Retzing, I know I have to say goodbye to you, and I hope I'll see you on the other side soon, okay? But let me tell you,
look forward to it.
Karen is staying with me. But let me tell you that you have to stay tuned to the Law and Crime Network, because we're going to have an exclusive interview by our own Anjanette Levy with Judy, the court reporter. And for those of you saying the bad things about her online, stop it. Just stop it right now. She is a rock star. The judge said she's a rock star. It's extremely difficult. There she is. She had to take down everybody, cross-talkers, quick talkers, slow talkers in that courtroom. And everybody but one person in that courtroom applauded her when she was finished. So you have to stay with us at the Law and Crime Network here. We will have an exclusive interview with Judy, the court reporter, the rock star by our own Anjanette Levy. I'm Linda Kenny Bodden. Stay with us, because on the other side, more of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.